Welcome back to Police Pursuit Media. Up next are real police pursuits packed with high speeds and unexpected twists. Let's get started. On July 22, 2022, Trooper Freeman spotted a Dodge Challenger committing serious traffic violations on the highway and signaled the driver to pull over. However, the driver immediately accelerated away, reaching speeds of up to 150 miles per hour while repeatedly weaving through heavy traffic. As the situation became increasingly dangerous, Trooper BYRD quickly joined the pursuit, coordinating with Freeman to help contain the Challenger and limit its escape routes.
Black Dodge Challenger, celebration stripes.
Black Dodge Challenger, speed 8.
The pursuit continued as the Challenger maintained an extremely high speed on the highway. Troopers Freeman and BYRD stayed close behind, gradually closing the gap and positioning themselves to contain the vehicle. Once the two ASP patrol units had effectively controlled the situation and the driver had few options left to escape, the driver finally slowed down and pulled over to the side of the road.
Everybody takes off, they're already taken out.
Temporary stop.
Stopping, stopping.
Driver, show me your hands! Put your hands out the window now! Put your hands out the window! Don't move, you understand? Just him? With your left hand. Come on. With your left hand, open the door from the outside. Come out slowly with both hands. Both hands. Step out of the car. Don't reach. That right hand, take the seatbelt off. Step out the door. Step out. Step out.
After the Challenger came to a stop, officers quickly drew their weapons and ordered the driver to place both hands outside the windows. The suspect was then handcuffed and safely taken into custody. During questioning, the suspect admitted that he was on parole. "I'm on parole," and had fled because he panicked. Officers also discovered that the suspect was carrying a large amount of cash.
Man, I'm on parole. I was scared as fuck. I honestly was scared. I swear to God. Yeah, you ran a red light in front of me. Yeah, I know, man. No, don't give me that shit. I swear to God. Don't give me that shit. I'm on parole. I'm scared. I was scared as hell. But look, I was chilling. You know, just watching the crowd. Yeah, I know. That's why we was out. Yes, sir. Well, that's a lot of money. So one, you going to strip club? You stripper? Yeah, I was going to enjoy myself tonight. I'm not riding dirty. I never ride dirty. I cut hair. I'm a license plate. I was just scared as hell, man. Well, I think, man, you can't be scared for running a red light. How many red light tickets I wrote today? Like 3. At least you pulled over. I didn't have to pitch you, huh? Dang.
The driver of the Dodge Challenger was arrested and faced charges including felony fleeing, reckless driving, violating the conditions of parole, and other violations related to failing to comply with law enforcement. The pursuit, which reached speeds of 150 miles per hour, ultimately came to an end when the coordinated efforts of Trooper Freeman and Trooper BYRD left the driver with no option but to pull over and surrender safely. On June 1, 2022, Around midnight, an Arkansas State Police ASP trooper spotted a vehicle committing traffic violations on Interstate 40, I-40, in Arkansas, including speeding and dangerous lane changes. When the trooper activated the emergency lights and siren and ordered the driver to stop, the driver refused to comply and immediately accelerated away, pushing the pursuit to speeds of more than 100 miles per hour. Recognizing that continuing the high-speed pursuit could pose a danger to other motorists, the ASP trooper closed in behind the suspect vehicle and deployed Star Chase, launching a GPS tracking device that attached to the rear of the fleeing vehicle. Once the tracker secured itself and began transmitting the vehicle's location in real time, the pursuit could be monitored without requiring officers to maintain a dangerous high-speed chase.
I'm passing.
West Extra Avenue.
Come on, you got it, please.
When the suspect entered a suitable area, law enforcement moved in and performed a pit maneuver on the rear of the vehicle, causing it to lose control, spin, and come to a stop. The suspect faced charges including felony fleeing, reckless driving/endangerment, and speeding. In Arkansas, Class D felony fleeing can carry a potential sentence of 1 to 6 years in prison. On November 11, 2020, in the Pulaski County, Little Rock, Arkansas area, an Arkansas State Police ASP trooper spotted a vehicle committing a traffic violation on the highway, possibly involving improper lighting or speeding. When the trooper activated the emergency lights and signaled the driver to pull over, the driver refused to comply and immediately accelerated away. The vehicle quickly exceeded 100 miles per hour, repeatedly weaving through traffic and making dangerous lane changes in an attempt to evade law enforcement.
I'll call back and let you take over. for the marker. You can shoot around, sir.
The pursuit continued at high speed as the suspect moved across multiple lanes, posing a direct threat to other motorists on the highway. Corporal Jacob BYRD quickly joined the pursuit and closed in on the fleeing vehicle. After observing that conditions ahead were safe enough to intervene, BYRD accelerated toward the suspect and prepared to bring the pursuit to an end. When there was enough space and the proper distance, Corporal BYRD performed a pit maneuver, using the front of his patrol vehicle to make contact with the rear quarter of the suspect's vehicle. The impact caused the vehicle to lose control, spin approximately 180 to 360 degrees, and slide toward the median/roadside before coming to a complete stop. BYRD and assisting officers immediately drew their weapons, moved in, and safely took the driver into custody at the scene.
Y'all gonna call your own 1011? Y'all gonna call 1011 or y'all want me to call one? I know y'all.
It doesn't matter. We can do whichever you want.
The 31, 1050. Let's do 1015.
Did you do that? All right. Yeah, I got that. I just want to make sure it was kind of muffled. That was from a prior pursuit. Must be nice.
Okay, boy, you guys 10-4 and all suspects are 10-15, is that correct?
The suspect faced charges including felony fleeing in a vehicle, reckless endangerment, resisting arrest, along with related traffic violations such as speeding and improper lane changes. At approximately 12:52 a.m. on May 24, 2023, Trooper Jacob BYRD was patrolling westbound I-30 near I-630 when he ran the Texas license plate PGH0050 on a vehicle ahead. The ASIC system showed that the plate was registered to a 2021 Jeep, while it was actually mounted on a silver Dodge Challenger. As the Challenger approached Roosevelt Road, the driver suddenly slowed to around 40 miles per hour before abruptly accelerating away, quickly reaching more than 100 miles per hour. The pursuit continued as the Challenger turned onto eastbound I-440, where the driver deliberately turned off all of the headlights to make the vehicle harder to track in the darkness. Trooper BYRD's radar recorded the Challenger reaching speeds of up to 161 miles per hour. The vehicle later exited I-440 near Forsh Dam, traveled south on Forsh Dam Road, and then turned onto Fraser Pike. As the Challenger continued through the smaller roads around Fraser Pike and Stout Road, the combination of no headlights and poor visibility caused Trooper BYRD to lose sight of the vehicle. Rather than continuing to pursue a vehicle with no headlights in a dark area, creating the potential for another dangerous crash, Trooper BYRD decided to terminate the pursuit. The case was then turned over to investigators, who worked to identify the driver through camera footage and identifying characteristics of the vehicle. The Challenger successfully escaped the pursuit at that point, but the mismatched license plate provided an important lead for the investigation. On August 8, 2026, on northbound I-55 near mile marker 10, an Arkansas State Police ASP trooper spotted a silver Honda Insight displaying a Tennessee temporary tag, QP122MD, driving erratically. Radar recorded the vehicle traveling at 95 miles per hour in a 75 miles per hour zone while repeatedly following vehicles ahead too closely. The trooper initiated a traffic stop at mile marker 12, but as the trooper approached on foot, the driver suddenly shifted into drive, accelerated, and fled from the traffic stop.
What's it doing? Where you at, Diego? Stay closer till you get traffic.
Recognizing that the driver's actions were posing a direct threat to the safety of others, the ASP trooper closed in and performed a pit maneuver at approximately 111 to 114 miles per hour. The impact caused the Honda Insight to lose control and spin before crossing a ditch and cable barrier, eventually coming to a stop on a frontage road with significant damage. The ASP trooper, assisted by Officer Rafael Garcia, immediately moved in, drew his weapon, and ordered the driver to exit the vehicle and lie on the ground. The driver was identified as Kelly Williams, who was then taken into custody, handcuffed, and transported to the Crittenden County Detention Center.
CFS comments added. CFS comments added.
After his arrest, Williams was evaluated for signs of possible drug impairment. At the detention center, officers administered an HGN test, with the report documenting 6 out of 6 observed indicators. Williams faced charges including felony fleeing, DWI drugs first-degree criminal mischief, reckless driving, driving while suspended, no insurance, speeding 15+ miles per hour over the limit, and following too closely. The incident resulted in significant damage, with the Honda Insight considered a total loss and estimated at approximately $20,000. The ASP patrol vehicle sustaining approximately $2,280.51 in damage, and the RDOT cable barrier system suffering an estimated $1,000 in damage. At approximately 10:40 p.m. on September 30, 2025, Officer William Roark, badge #502, with the Arkansas State Police, ASP, was requested to assist the Little Rock Police Department, LRPD, in pursuing a white Cadillac Escalade, Arkansas license plate 390XUE, on southbound I-430. The Escalade exited the highway at Colonel Glenn, traveled west, and then turned onto S. Bowman Road. Although the vehicle briefly left the roadway and became unstable, the driver continued to flee.
63 for Adam 42.
West on Colonel Glenn. North on Colonel Glenn Court.
This short best curve you're coming up to.
42 is coming up to a curb.
When the Escalade suddenly backed up, Officer Roark used the front bumper of his patrol vehicle to strike the right side of the SUV, pinning it in place and preventing it from continuing to flee by vehicle. The suspect then ran into the brush, but ASP and LRPT units quickly searched the area and found the suspect lying face down in an attempt to hide. The suspect was safely taken into custody and turned over to Officer B. Forrester.
1015, one female, probably 1019, Baptist Springfield.
How are you?
10-4, I'm ready for mileage.
Yeah, I work. Yeah.
Mileage is 300.
Law enforcement searched the suspect's backpack and discovered multiple types of illegal drugs, including fentanyl, along with a digital scale and other items associated with drug distribution. The suspect was identified as Kendrick Akins and faced multiple charges, including trafficking in fentanyl, possession with intent to distribute Schedule 1, 2, and SEEK controlled substances, felony fleeing, drug paraphernalia, reckless driving, as well as additional violations involving property, window tint, and vehicle registration plates. On August 5, along northbound Interstate 555, near mile marker 24, an Arkansas State Police ASP trooper spotted a Hyundai Sonata driven by 32-year-old Lloyd L. Hamilton traveling erratically at approximately 90 miles per hour in a 75 miles per hour zone. When the trooper closed in and ordered Hamilton to pull over, Hamilton activated his hazard lights but refused to stop, instead accelerating away and quickly reaching 122 miles per hour before surging to 130 miles per hour.
Jonesboro, we got a rollover. Send me 1016.
Recognizing that Hamilton continued driving at extremely high speeds and posed a direct danger to other motorists, the ASP trooper performed a pit maneuver near mile marker 28. The intervention caused the Hyundai Sonata to lose control and collide with a Toyota Highlander, occupied by 68-year-old Carmela Contos and 73-year-old George Contos. The Highlander was forced off the roadway and rolled multiple times, leaving both occupants trapped inside with serious, life-threatening injuries.
Jonesboro, I need a 1016 for a... They hit somebody else, they rolled over. Show me your hands! Stop moving, show me your hands! Show me your hands, dude! You were going 90 miles an hour and you speed up to 130. That's stupid. Pull over. Where's your ID?
My name is
Do you have an ambulance on the way? Yes, we have an ambulance on the way.
hold on, my knee.
I don't care, get up.
Hold on, my knee. I think it's out of place. Well.
Okay. Yeah, easy.
Oh, my grandmother had a heart attack.
Sit back. Jonesboro, I'm 1015. Well, during TBI, he hit another person, they rolled. I need 1016. Let's go back.
After the collision, Hamilton was taken into custody after climbing out of the Sonata. He claimed he was rushing to see his daughter because of a medical emergency, but the family denied that such an emergency existed. Officers also rescued Carmela and George Contos from the overturned Highlander and transported them to Regional 1 Health. Hamilton later appeared to lose consciousness and was treated with Narcan. A search of the vehicle uncovered 44 grams of marijuana, 4 30 milligrams oxycodone pills, 18 60 milligrams OxyContin pills, and promethazine. Hamilton faced charges including felony fleeing, second-degree battery, second-degree criminal mischief, possession of controlled substances with intent to distribute, first-degree DWI, reckless driving, and speeding. At approximately 10:17 a.m. on August 9, 2026, Team A Dispatch notified an Arkansas State Police, ASP trooper, about a pursuit initiated by the Conway Police Department on eastbound Lower Ridge Road. When the pursuit turned back westbound, the ASP trooper quickly moved into position to intercept the fleeing vehicle before it could enter the more heavily populated area of Greenbrier. After Conway PD requested assistance, the trooper turned onto eastbound Highway 225 and moved toward the area near 150 East Main.
62, we're up 1037, I'm right here. We are 225, headed back into Greenbrier. That's it, Greenbrier 69.
10-4, head back into Greenbrier.
Alright, we're going about 100.
Adam 63, go at TBI, 50
Just past Mallory.
Failed TBI.
Copy, failed TBI.
No traffic.
After an initial unsuccessful TVI attempt, the ASP trooper continued closing in and successfully performed a TVI near 40 East Main, forcing the suspect vehicle to come to an abrupt stop and ending its ability to continue fleeing. Conway PD officers immediately moved in, secured the vehicle, and took the driver, Jeffrey Tate, into custody at the scene. After his arrest, Tate was transported to Baptist Health Medical Center Conway for a medical evaluation before being transferred to the Faulkner County Detention Center, Unit 2. Tate faced charges including felony fleeing, Class D, driving while suspended, Class A misdemeanor, DWI suspended license, failure to register vehicle, fictitious tags, and no liability insurance.